I'm sitting here watching the highlights to the Kings and Cavaliers game. That if you guys have Twitter, I don't, but it came across on my Yahoo. The Kings Twitter account. You gotta go ahead. If you got Twitter, go ahead and check the Kings Twitter account. That was pretty funny. Their post they just put on Twitter. So the Warriors and Hornets game, and it was a pretty good game until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. 113 to 103 to be exact. Game is over. Warriors go 39-7. Hornets is at an even 500 at 23-23. And in the first quarter, Durant and Curry came out very strong. He was thinking it would be a blowout or a game where Curry scores 40 going back to Charlotte, his hometown, but did not. Hornets stayed close. It was only a 1 point lead despite Durant and Curry's efforts in the first. And even in the second quarter, it was just a 24-19 advantage for the Warriors. And Clay got it going a little bit in the second quarter, but it could have been a lot worse for the Hornets because there was so many turnovers they had in the I'm trying to do this and not watch the TV at the same time. They had so many unforced errors in the second quarter, but they still remained to keep the game close. In the third quarter, they started moving the ball around, and they had a lead going into the fourth, 33-22 on advantage on the third quarter. And Kemba, I've watched Kemba, being a UConn fan, I watched Kemba ever since his days in UConn, and he was always quick off the dribble, but his step back is just I think I find him to be even quicker than he was in college. He's only 26 now, and I'm really hoping he stays in Charlotte. Despite me being a Sixers fan, my team can't really use him. We're loaded at the point guard position, but I'm hoping he makes the All-Star team. We're going to figure out who's going to be the reserves tomorrow night. I don't expect him to be one of the guys. I think he's going to get left out, but I'm hoping some way, somehow they take 4-point guards for the East reserves. And going into the fourth quarter with Durant and Curry on the bench, the Warriors started taking the ball to the cup and getting foul calls. I believe he shot 15. Dorsberg looking so fine as always. I'm a huge Dorsberg fan. Always has been. Got to sit and admire Dorsberg real quick. The Lakers and Blazers game is coming on. All right, now back to the review here. I just got to admire Dorsberg for a second. Got to do it, right? So, they start taking the ball to the cup, 15 free throws, and Kemba was not in the game until like the last 7 minutes. I believe he only put up maybe 5 to 6 points. And in the last 5 to 6 minutes, the Warriors really turned it up they ramped it up on the defensive end, and Durant and Curry on the offensive just shut it down after that. I think it was 33 for Durant tonight. So if this what they did in the last 5 minutes, the Warriors, if they would have did that the whole game, this would have been a blowout, but they did not. Still ended up with a 10-point win when they really turned it on the last 5 minutes. So here's my little Warriors and Hornets review there. I'm not gonna sit here and watch this Lakers and Blazers game. I'm not gonna do that to myself. Yeah, man. But All-Star, we got some All-Star reserves tomorrow night. We got Carmelo going to the Cavs talk for Kevin Love, and that's funny. The night before, I had made a video about LeBron's comments after the Pelicans game, in which I said, what are they going to do? Are they going to trade for Carmelo? And then the next day we have a trade offer from New York to Cleveland. And even in my video the day before, I made a joke. I said, there's no possible way, having Kyrie Irving and Carmelo Anthony playing with one basketball is a good idea. So, my quick thoughts on that. I don't know, man. I don't really see that really working with Kyrie. I mean, if it was to happen, the deal is not done. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like Cleveland's gonna straight up do a Love for Melo deal. So let's say, hypothetically speaking here, I don't know, man. I really don't know if that really works. I don't know if that's what they really need. That's an and one. Wow, they didn't call that a foul. Calderon fouled the hell. He fouled Lillard on that. That should have been 3 shots. Yeah, I just don't see that really happening. I don't know if that would really work. But it just, in my video, go ahead and check out my video. I go ahead and explain my thoughts about the Cavs. That's why I always thought Golden State was better than Cleveland, because the depth, how many guys, how many playmakers, no pun intended, the Golden State Warriors had in the year 2015, 2016, and even now they have, 3 guys, and if you want to count Klay Thompson, which he really doesn't initiate the offense, to Cleveland's 2. And in the media they try to make a really big deal about Cleveland. What the hell is Terry Stotts looks ridiculous tonight. Try to make a big deal about Cleveland having Golden State's number and all of these things, but this turned from a Warriors and Hornets review to Cavaliers talk. I have no clue how that happened, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out. My thoughts. They had that 3-1 comeback was just that was a miracle. That was miraculous. They had to have the stars had to align. Bogut going out, Draymond getting hurt, Curry and Klay playing inconsistent due to Cavs defense and due to their lack of not taking the ball to the cup and getting themselves going. And, I don't think that could be done again. And I think LeBron realized that can't be done again as well. And one. See, now I'm sitting here watching those Laker games while I'm trying to think on the fly and talk about a bunch of other things. Guys in the crowd with a Sonics jersey. I hope Seattle gets a new team. I'm all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Warriors 10-point win over the Hornets. And guys, if you're new here, check the playlist for movie reviews, other sports content. And until the next video, I am out. Catch you then.